Hi, my name is Timo Elliott. I'm an innovation evangelist with SAP Business Objects, and I'm here with Lester Meadows of Kimberly-Clark. Lester, what is your role?
I manage business intelligence for the Asia Pacific region in Kimberly-Clark.
And we're here at an event in Sydney, and Lester has done a great presentation this morning talking about mobile business intelligence. So first, what is the business need? Why are you interested in mobile BI?
Our sales teams have brought up mobility and the need for them to interact anywhere, remote, offline, and so they really drove the requirements. So for us, it was meeting that portfolio need and coming up with a technology and an application to meet the needs.
So what is a typical person using this? So it's a salesperson. Describe that role and how they might use this.
It's interesting. It's from the most senior management team all the way down to sales teams in the field. So for example, a senior sales manager may work with a territory manager and look at how sales are going across their region, across their territory, and then with the analytics that we can provide, go from what happened, why is it happening, and create that collaboration within those sales teams.
And why was mobile important particularly?
They just need to be having access anywhere, anytime. And the laptop is, of course, very cumbersome for that sort of tool. Even from my iPhone, I can go anywhere and look at analytics and intuitively and I guess to the point of getting sucked into what's going on in the reporting area, looking at the insights of what's selling, what's not selling. And even as an ITS person, I can see that. So for business people to have good analytics, to drill down to see why things are happening, it does cause that consumer desire.
So is there any new data that they didn't, in theory, have access to before?
Yes, point of sale information. They were putting into another tool that didn't have the same level of quality of insights that could be provided to them. So mainly it was point of sale type information.
Okay, so they can get a high level overview and they can drill right down to an individual store or product.
Correct.
Find out what's going on. So let's talk about the technology behind this. So where is the data coming from? How's it stored? And then what are the mobile tools you're using?
Well, currently we found a very quick way to bring data into the SAP Business Warehouse. 99% of our data comes from the ERP solution, so it's already resident in the business warehouse. For things whether it's consumer advisory information, market share information, point of sale, we can bring that into the technology through the SAP Business Warehouse very quickly now. And then once it's within the warehouse, building simple queries to consume off our Business Objects reporting tool suite, we can provide these insights that they never had before.
And then what is the actual application that you're running on it's iPads, I believe?
We're using the iOS platform as a standard, and so we have for the smartphone, the Apple iPhone and the iPad. And then the applications we're using is SAP's Mobi application, which is the container for Crystal and Webby. And we're also using the Business Objects Explorer application. Very excited about that one.
And in your demonstration, you also showed dashboards.
Yeah, very neat. We were able to take a very simple BEX query, develop a very highly summarized dashboard that was built in Excelsius. And then with a very simple config change with the current release of Business Objects, we were able to convert that to HTML5 and then deploy that, consume that on the iPad device. And then further, with a very simple button within the dashboard, go to a Webby report to do further drill down. So I was able to take highly summarized data with insight, and with a very simple button, the team developed this ad hoc reporting that they could do with Webby.
And reusing your existing information, tools, and infrastructure.
Exactly.
So what are some of the lessons learned from rolling this out? What advice would you give to somebody who is interested in copying your experience?
The first thing is building the talent within your team. I'm very fortunate at having very talented people, but it's building a training regime for them that allows them to learn how to prototype, compare and contrast the tools, learn the features within the tool and how they differ, and then look at the reporting requirement from the business. And it's really that talent that within your team, building that capability with them to drive it.
And was it agile methodology? Did you work prototypes and show them to the salespeople and then make changes? How did it?
The really neat thing about mobile was we just gave iPads to each of the team members. We started a weekly meeting, 1 hour meeting, and said pick a reporting area that you're interested in. Now go off in through the design, the training that you've had, build a very simple prototype. And from their prototypes with disciplines in visual analytics and guided analysis design, they were critiquing each other. So the really neat thing was this collaborative training approach, and within 2 to 3 weeks, they were able to look at projects on a portfolio and then take some of their training, some of the concepts, the prototypes they built, put them directly to reporting initiatives that we have.
And I've seen the dashboards. They're very nice. They're very clean. They're obviously very business focused. They're not just sort of concepts, demos made to look flashy. They go straight to the KPIs, straight to what the business people care about.
Yeah, and it's interesting at the Gartner BI Summit on that first day, they were talking about analytics and going up this chain of maturity from descriptive to diagnostic, which is why it's happening, what's happening, why it's happening, predictive to prescriptive. And I think many organizations like us, we're at that diagnostic stage of taking these highly visual tools with visual concepts of analytics, making it intuitive and simple in its design. And that's what drives that user experience, that desirability to come back to the tool.
It's a fantastic project. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you.